Appearance of interested citizens, members of the public may address the City Council on items of interest that are within the city's jurisdiction. Individuals addressing general comments are encouraged to limit their statements to 3 minutes. So if you wish to speak, this is the time. Yes. Up there, please. Thank you, Chuck.
My name is Chuck Miller, and I live here in Yuba City with my wife. And of course, we're very aware of what's been going on at Orville. And Mike's comments regarding the service spillway. My question is, what is the status of that spillway at this point in time? I've seen pictures of the big hole in it, and they've been operating the spillway and putting substantial amount of water through there, and it hasn't collapsed totally yet. So I'm curious what the status of that service spillway is.
Okay, thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if Mike is able to answer that question.
So here, this is the caveat. I haven't been up to Orville Spillway. But I can report to you what I've been told through many of the same, through the same media and many of the same information venues that's available to the public. So I'll tell you what, and we have a regular call with the Department of Water Resources about reservoir operation plans for the future, and that's always reported out in the noon briefings. But obviously, we have a sort of a higher stake in this, and this includes, Yuba County Water Agency, Marysville Levee Commission, RD 784, Trilla, and so on, RD 1001, and we participate in a call every day. So I got a little bit of information, maybe to respond to that, and I don't think it's any different than what you've been hearing publicly, and it's that the service spillway is, quote, stable. So the erosion, I think, is encroached up to within about 1,600 feet from the gate, so it's quite a ways from the gates. If you go to I encourage you to go to the Facebook page for the Department of Water Resources. There's some extraordinary videos and photographs of the beehive of activity that's taking place on that rock knoll. There's tremendous amount of concrete grouted riprap that have been placed in the erosion rills downstream of the emergency spillway. It looks like much of the upper reaches of the emergency spillway have been grouted and riprapped. The service spillway looks pretty much as you've seen in many of these photographs, and it's remaining stable, relying on some competent bedrock in the service spillway to prevent any further erosion. So the biggest deal right now is a bunch of debris that sits at the bottom of the service spillway, and this is public information. There's something like 2 million yards of concrete and rock debris that washed out of the service spillway. I don't have the photograph up, but you'll note that the outlet, the low-level outlet for the Orville Dam, comes through the power plant, and it shares the same channel as the service spillway and the emergency spillway. So obviously, when the service spillway failed, all this debris ended up in the channel, preventing the discharge from the low-level outlet through the plant. So that's a big deal, because that's how you get water out of the bottom depths of the reservoir. When you take the service spillway out, you lose another sort of straw out of the reservoir to get water out of the reservoir. So there's a lot of activity to remove, if not 2 million yards, a lot of that material to allow discharge, and particularly early discharge from the lower depths of the reservoir. So you've been hearing a lot about that. In addition to work on the emergency spillway, service spillway is stable. There's a lot of work to remove the debris out of the bottom of the channel discharging from the plant. So that's all I have. on that. I would encourage you to take a look at the Facebook page, and the noon briefings are very useful that the Department of Water Resources has on a periodic basis.
Appreciate that, Mike. Mike, are your meetings, the Sutter Butte Flood Control Agency meetings, open to the public for public to attend, or are those closed sessions?
These are pretty informal calls. When status changes, we get a call from the Department of Water Resources. They've been pretty good about letting downstream levee maintainers and downstream agencies like us know, and they just come up. We all get on the phone and say, hey, what's changed, and ask questions.
Okay.
And that's in addition to the usual public press briefings and the venues the department puts on.
Okay.
So they're kind of on an ad hoc basis.
Okay, just thought I'd ask just in case public is interested in participating. Thank you.
Madam Vice Mayor,
Yes.
over here. Given the timeliness of Mr. Indemine's presentation, to let you know, we did put this broadcaster meeting on Facebook Live. I know that some people attend from the beginning, some people don't, just to be able to restate to the public a couple things. One, that our levees are safe here along Yuba City. We're monitoring a few situations, but there is nothing imminent, as Mr. Indemine stated. And also for those people who would like regular updates, in addition to the DWR page, the City of Yuba City page and the County of Sutter also has information available that we've been updating daily, if not twice daily. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that.